That's why a lot of people are confused. How come prices are not coming down? Why people are still buying? Why people are not thinking logical? High interest rates are more. Why people want to buy? So you see, this is something that I think a lot of people, a lot of consumers out there are really confused. I'm not so sure how many of you are confused here, but definitely I'm very sure that people are now, whether should I follow blindly or whether should I hold back, or how do I determine something that is what? Safe bet. I know today's environment is something that is very insecure and unsafe. That's the reason why today my topic is about how do you safeguard yourself to look at something that is safe. Everybody wants to make money, like I mentioned. Also, a lot of people scared to lose money as well. How many, I believe here got a lot of people wants to make money. How many of you scared to lose money? If you're scared to lose money, right, can you type in a 5 inside the chat room? Scared to lose money, right? If you're resale want to invest, think there's capital in, there's not. You see, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much for those people who has been responding to me. Really appreciate you guys here. That's the reason why I say so, right? I think everybody wants to make money. But honestly, even I talking to my own agents as well, they were telling me I want to own a property, but I also have fear. So that's the reason why it prompted me tonight, right, to look at something that is, how do I safeguard myself? Nobody can guarantee you whether can make money or not. Nobody, even myself, I cannot guarantee. I can only do one thing for every one of you here is to look at something that is safe. So the question is how to determine a safe bet. And that is my topic mainly for tonight. So just to let those people who are not familiar about Singapore, how we classify the region, right? If you look at core central region, this is the one that is core central region. You can see that the size is very small little bit. And of course, the next group of smaller one will be what? The RCR one. These are the green one that is RCR. And you look at the surrounding, it's all the OCR. How Singapore is divided into 3 portions. Of course, you can see that is the reason why, right? You look at all the new launches recently. Why is it 75% so, 80 over percent so, 90 over percent so? Because main bulk of the people come from where? Mass market. They're looking for own stay. But you can see this is the smaller pie. They are mainly not just only for honesty, which is a small group. Mainly people are buying for what? Investment purposes, even for RCR as well. So that's the reason why so many new launches were sold recently, because there's not enough what? Supply in the market. Not enough supply. So how do we determine the safe bet? That's why location play a very important role. Nearer to the town and nearer away from town, there is also a price point. Just like a 5-room in Sembawang will cost you 700,000. 700,000. Somewhere in the town area will cost you maybe $1.2 million now for a 5-room flat. That's the differences. So what I'm trying to do now, right, is to help you guys to see any property that is very what? Close to the mass market or the RCR prices, that is a safe bet. So how do we look at safe bet? That's why you look at last month, August, although the number of private home sales tumbled to 28 month low, I can tell you all these numbers, transaction volume is low, is normal, is correct, because of high interest rate. It pushes people to stop buying one. That is normal one. Later on, I will explain it to you. But what I'm more interested to let you know that core central region account more than 50% of sales compared to the since 2017. That means more people are looking at core central region now. Why? Why are they looking at core central region? That's why today I want to share with you something. Because people see what? See a gap. The word is called gap. GAP. They saw this margin gap. That's why they see what? Opportunity. So the question is, how do we measure this gap? I take this example for you to see. Now, on average, OCR is this. RCR is this. Core central region is average at this price. Okay? So now, all of you here, someone who bought $2,100 per square foot. Someone who bought 2,001 per square foot. How much must they sell in the future? Can any one of you type for me, if you buy 2001, how much do you want to sell in future? Can you help me by typing inside the chat group? $2,400 over dollar per square foot. $2,500 per square foot. Okay, good. Now, next, for those who bought $2,400 per square foot, right? Can I ask every one of you, how much do you want to sell in the future? Now you buy 2004 plus, how much do you want to sell? $2,900 per square foot. 2008, 2009. Wow. 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 So, what do you see from here? What do we see from here? Thank you so much for those who reply. What do we see from here? Which means that, right, why people are actually buying a core central region property? Because they see a price tag. Because if today someone who bought $2,400 per square foot in an RCR, this is 99 years, generally 99 years. But today, they have set a benchmark of 2004 plus per square foot, which means that, right, they must sell in the future at 2009 per square foot. Someone who bought a freehold property at today $2,800 per square foot. Is it a safe bet? Of course, if you can find something in the core central region at 2,700 plus per square foot, of course, is it a safe bet? Of course. Because why? The future of OCR already benchmarked at 2001 plus per square foot, which means that they next time must sell at 2004 plus. And the true fact here is that just now you saw people already paid $2,500 for an OCR price tag, and they are 99. Today, if you can own a freehold property at even $2,700 per square foot, is it something safe for you to enter? I do not want to guarantee people who make money. But if you can look at RCR going to board, they are already sold at 2004. This is average. There are people who buy 2005, 2006 in RCR prices. And even at 99 years. But now if you can look for freehold property that is 2,728 per square foot, right? Of course, if you can get lower, even better still. Right? It depends on the price tag that you are looking at. But if just based on this price tag, right, you will start to realize, am I safe or not? First, I buy a freehold property, I don't need to worry one. Why? If I'm an older parent here, I'll say, oh, I just buy a freehold property forever, it will not become zero. I can leave it to my generation, I can leave it to my grandchildren or my children. Forever, they belong to them. And the best thing is what? It's the safest bet. Why do I say safest bet? Because you are not going to lose any single cent regardless of what interest rate, regardless of recession, regardless of what, right? You don't even bother because why? You are owning a freehold property that belongs to you forever. Unless en bloc, then you get a sum of good money out there, you find another replacement unit. That means that this property value will always be what? Be there. And the best thing today here is what? A lot of freehold property in core central region here, right, do not need to pay premium. Last time normally a 99 versus a freehold property, we need to pay premium 20 to 30%. But today, right, the good news here is you don't even need to pay a premium. Of course, I never go into very detail in so many different products here and there. But if you want to find out more, just go and get all your agents to tell you exactly what is available in terms of price tag. They probably can explain to you in greater detail in terms of number. But I just want to tell everybody, based on this simple exercise I'm going to tell you, right? RCR is going to benchmark at 2004 plus per square foot. Next year, all the new launches in the RCR, right, will benchmark at 2004, 2005, 2006 per square foot. Which means that today you own a freehold property at 2007 per square foot, 2008, right? actually you know you are safe. Because why? This guy going to sell this future. But even they don't sell. This guy between an RCR, just now you see the range between Orchard area and RCR, actually there's a, by right, CCR is more expensive. But today you can buy cheaper than that. You can buy that kind of price tag of a freehold. Is it something worthwhile for you to see? Of course, if you can buy 2.6 per square foot, I tell you it's a steal in today's market. Later on, I'm going to explain to you detailed information about how I look at numbers. And let's see, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now the average price is already 2008 plus for CCR. This is how the prices work. Now, RCR already set a benchmark here. This is what I'm saying. OCR, CCR, RCR, CCR, this is the benchmark price, which means that the future, all this benchmark price, is going to move forward. A lot of people say, Kelvin, OCR, $2,100 per square foot. Next time, how to sell? Next time, how to exit? A lot of people always tell me this. 5 years ago, when I buy my Orchard property at $2,000 per square foot for a 99 years leasehold property, people say, Kelvin, why you buy 99 where you can get freehold? But today, $2,000, I can only buy a Lentor area, Ang Mo Kio area. Will it go higher? I can tell you, 5 years down the road, you will know the answer. Because 5 years ago, people who tells me, Kelvin, how to buy Eunos at $1,700 per square foot, how to buy Siglap at $1,004 plus, $1,005 plus per square foot, how to sell. Today they sold at $2,001, $2,002, $2,003 per square foot for Siglap area. For 99, not freehold, no. It's 99 resale market sold at $2,003 per square foot. For those who knows the property market, every 5-year cycle, there is always people will ask this question. Kelvin, now new price tag, next time how to sell? Then some people say, Kelvin, you every time say it's a good time to buy one. I say, the only sad truth here is you did not sell, you did not actually stay invested. The honest truth is that if you don't stay invested, inflation already erode our saving. You look at our HDB property, used to be $300,000-400,000 for Sembawang 5-room. Today is $700,000 in just less than 4 years, 3 years only, I guess. How much has the price appreciated? The only sad thing here is, please stay invested. Because Singapore will continue to move forward, especially next year. I'll explain to you in a short while. But if you understand this price point, you will know very clearly. If you can buy something down even at 2008, 2007 plus, you are not speculating. It's still worthwhile for you to look at this number. Why? Because the RCR is going to benchmark a new price tag. And the best thing is that you see, Core Central Region and RCR now, for freehold, the gap is already so narrow, $500. You see, from 700, 500, 600, 500, 500, the gap become narrow. So the CCR and RCR gap is so narrow now. What does it mean? That's the reason why most people now start to look at Core Central Region. Because why? The RCR has already setting a new benchmark area. New benchmark. Which means that, how can the OCR and RCR go higher, but my Core Central Region property never go higher? So what am I trying to say here is that if I can buy something that is safe, I'd rather go for something that is safe now. Because if OCR and RCR are going to set a new benchmark, then the CCR will eventually move forward. That's what I'm saying. Right? If you look at CCR and RCR, 99 years, the gap is only how much? less than $300 per square foot, the gap. So whether you are buying a freehold property or buying a 99 years leasehold property, right? Compare between CCR and RCR for a 99 years leasehold, the gap has shrunk down to less than $300 per square foot. That is the reason why people are swapping to what? Core central region. And I strongly believe core central region, the land is so small. How can the property don't move forward when the rest is moving forward? And I'm going to explain to you later on why is it these developers are not selling their property at a higher price in a short while. So why CCR become very attractive? Because the price gap is become very narrow between the RCR and CCR now. And now because of OCR setting up a new benchmark price, right? Eventually, this guy must sell higher. And the OCR gap, the OCR 2004 plus versus a 2700 plus freehold and 99, isn't it very small gap? If a OCR going to sell at 2004 plus, RCR going to sell at a future 2007, which already done in today's market, just for your information, already 99 done 2627 per square foot, already done. If you can own a freehold at such 2728 plus, what is the risk? That's why you need to understand, see more information. And now the core central region prices has not increased much, despite what happened. And I will tell you later on why. That's why a lot of people are looking at what? Safe entry. That's why in my opinion today, if you really see, if you go deeper and see, you will start to see good buy property in the core central region. That's how I feel. So the question is, will CCR prices drop? Because a lot of people expected prices will drop. Everybody will say, hey, is there any chance for me to buy any core central region property? Maybe I can spot undervalued property. Well, let me show you. Why prices are resilient for core central region? Because there is not enough supply in the CCR. A lot of people expected the resale market in the core central region to drop, right? Why is it not dropping? Because nobody wants to sell. Because today, a lot of sellers in the market today are finding the replacement cost is high. That means what happened? If I sell today, either I got to pay ABSD to buy again, or I have to pay a higher interest rate, and I have a very good rental today, especially those who are invested in property today, right? You know that rental has increased so much, that you tell yourself, why do I need to sell? Someone was just telling me today, this where is it? Park Esta, 1 bedroom. Before they get keys, someone offer them no need to see the house, $3,800 for a 1 bedroom. With a high rental, replacement cost is high. Why should I sell? That's why supply is dropping. For those people who are looking at the resale market today, you can realize one thing. Prices are higher. It has not dropped. And in fact, it has increased if you have been observing, because there is no supply in the market. Replacement cost is so high, so they choose to what? Hold. And rental has also increased tremendously. Why should I sell? And the gap between 99 and freehold is so narrow, seller will say, sell for what? Last time I buy so cheap. So the resale market is what? Very small gap. So as a result, what happened? I hold, right? That's the main thing, right? Especially if you look at last year ABSD, this is one of the bigger costs if you ask me. Because of the increase in ABSD, a lot of sellers today are not willing to sell, because if you, like for example, investor myself, we all do not want to sell because we sell, we want to pay ABSD, right? And we have high rental, we say, hey, why should I sell? So in fact, it has created a lack of supply in the market. This is the cost. And the true fact here is that you see, it's dropping every month. Except for this. Why? Because this was what the new launch at that May, got 2 new launches happen on the same time. That's why the volume went up a little bit more. But you can see one thing. Why is the volume of transaction drop? This is the right thing happen. This is the right thing happen. Why? Because of interest rate. Because why? The interest rate increase is to stop you guys from buying. That is the truth. And they have successfully forced all of you not to sell, not to buy anything, because that is what the policymaker wants to happen. Because you all keep buying, the demand is so high and they cannot replace the demand and the cost has increased. That's why it created a price increase. So this interest rate is creating an impact to who? People like us, people who are saying, why should I buy now? Interest rate is so high, right? That's why this volume is dropping, right? So of course the question is, when volume drop, is it good or bad? Of course, a logical people say volume drop means price drop. But today, why the volume drop, prices never drop? Because there's a lack of supply in the market. Property prices up or down, in my history of working as a real estate person and an investor myself, is basically because of supply demand. When there's a lot of supply, there is a low demand, prices will drop. But the fact today here is no supply, strong demand, prices are up. That's the main key. And if you look at this, condo for resale continue to inch up after COVID, you know. Resale, new launches are also the same thing. A lot of people expect to come down. I want to tell the rest of, I just want to share with every one of you here. You cannot expect prices to drop on. And I can tell you why. Because of what I mentioned just now, strong rental, high replacement cost, I hold my property, no supply in the market, why will prices drop, right? But is there opportunity for us? Which is going to explain, right? Look at Rivergate. When I was doing Rivergate at the time, when I was doing a salesperson Rivergate, right? In 2007, the prices was hit about 2008, 2009. Today, Rivergate has shot up all the way to 2008 plus per square foot already. That's why you see, resale market is already hitting the peak of 2007 last time. Peak of the peak. Ardmore Park, for those people who are familiar in Orchard area, Ardmore Park is a very prestigious address location. In my career, this is the first time I see $4,000 over per square foot. It has never hit 4,000 before in this career. And COVID can push a price to hit $4,800 per square foot. Why? So a lot of people expect prices to drop. Like you see, July 2022, it's not like last year price, it's this year. This year done even May 2022. Now I tell you, all the owners, they're selling for $5,000 per square foot. So why is it prices are not dropping? Not even high-end market, not so high-end market, also never drop. You look at Grange Residences, same thing, hitting 3,001. Last time I tell you $2,000, 2001, 2002, 2003 can buy. Now it has shot up how much? So if you expect resale prices drop, my friend, it won't happen. It won't happen. That's why if you look at all the resale market today, can hit 3,000 over dollar. If today I can look at property that is new development, pricing way below this type of price, freehold, 2008, for a brand new development, for example, isn't it a very fair value? But why is it so? Why is it not selling higher for developer? I will explain to you in a short while. Look at the rental market. It has gone up so much higher. All the different sizes, this is in core central region only. How much has the rental go up? You can see. So that's the reason why even my own unit at this Twin Peak, right? 8150 is my rental. Recently, I just renewed 9,000. Immediate one viewing done, 9,000. I'm not so sure today will it be higher or not. I do not know. I hope not, right? But it has gone up so much. I took the deal, $9,000. That's so powerful here. Now, you look at the gap. Freehold versus 99 gap for core central region. You look at this. The gap has shrunk down to $105 between a freehold versus a 99. Average, this is average price. That's why I find that for those people who are looking at property, If you are looking for something that you want to feel very safe, right? Freehold is something that you can look at in today's market, because the gap between the 99 and a freehold is already very narrow. Means what? Normally we say need to pay 20 to 30% premium. For those who understand for longer, freehold normally must pay premium one. Why? If you guys are developer yourself, will you sell your freehold more expensive than 99? For sure, right? So, but today you have this window that you can buy freehold, right? Please go and spot the property. I can tell you, sure have one that is very, very close one. I can tell you it's an opportunity, and I'll explain more. So many people are curious and confused why CCR developer are not increasing price. Resale property, why is it prices go higher? The reseller prices go higher. Why? Because only one seller ma. Supply very little ma. The sellers are very little in numbers. And they are only owning that unit. Why should I sell cheap? So they price it higher to let a buyer come in and buy. But developers are different. Why? They have multiple units. Multiples. That's why they always have this concern. Now interest rate lah, possible recession lah, all these things, right? They also hear the noise. They also worry that if I price my property very high, what will happen? Nobody come and buy. So what they do now is what? Don't try to raise price. Keep it as normal to sell, right? That's why you can see a lot of developer properties, brand new, selling lower than resale price. A lot, if you go and observe, really a lot. So this is something that you can see, right? Why developer are not increasing price? First, demand supply. Developer today got what? More supply for CCR. Market uncertainties. Developer can still sell you at lower price because why? They bought their land cheaper. I'll explain to you, right? Look at this. This is the unsold supply in the market. Now observe this. This is core central region. What you need to know is this. Take-up rate on average for core central region average is about 3 years to sell out everything. Average. For RCR, on average, it will take 1.5 years to sell. For OCR, it will take 0.78% to sell. That means less than a year to sell finish. Current stock, current unsold stock, which is exactly what you see just now, right? Amo Residences, Landor Modern, Faisal, Sky Eden. Why is it all the mass market selling 70%, 80%, like RCR sells 75%, like recently Live at MB? Why are they selling so well? Exactly, it's shown here. Because why? They belong to the more owner stay area. But core central region is slightly different. People buy for own stay. People buy for own stay is smaller number. Buy for investment is a bigger number. But if today you ask me, is there something that is safe to handle? That's why I say developer dare not increase prices, because why? They know that they have a stock of this number. So how do we derive all this number? Because we look at average every year, how many units are sold. So we know exactly on average, how many units are sold in a core central region? How many units are sold in RCR? How many units are sold in OCR? We deduce a number based on this. So that is one of the key reasons why core central region property developer dare not increase price to sell, because they worry that they cannot sell away their property. So all these noises also have created an opportunity for all of us here. Just that we need to what? Open up the eyes to see. Just look at this. This is Martin Modern. This is something I bought at 2005 per square foot. That was in 2016. Can you imagine just 5 years? People 4 years sell 2007. Today you can only buy this property Look at Kampong Java. This is Newton. Couple. They bought the land at 1192 per square foot. This is at Newton MRT. This is 99 years. Look at today their price sold. 2004, 2003. for core central region, right, at 2004 plus. So you will ask me, Kevin, why these developers so funny? They don't sell at 2007, 2008. Why they sell at 2004, 2003? Is it a joke or not? Because why? Core central OCR just now, right? Lentor Modern already sell 2001, 2002, 2003 per square foot. Why these developers still don't want to sell higher? As I mentioned, because they got more stock than anybody else. That's why. That's the reason why the core central region regionally has a lot what? Opportunity for them, because the gap is what? Narrow. That's why last month, the August transaction, CCR contribute more than 50% because everybody see a what? A gap. A gap in the market. For me, it's very simple. I only look at safe bet. How can you look at safe? Safe. You think about it, right? That's why you can see AMO 2004, 2003. Look at that, copper 2004. Does it make sense? But it's true lah. Transaction has been done ma, right? You look at latest LIV and MB, same thing, 2005, 2006. These are all 99. Just now I show you the map, right? OCR, RCR, CCR, RCR, OCR. Now the RCR already done at 2006 plus per square foot. Look at this, 2008. That's why I say CCR, if you can look for something that is safe to buy, and you can look at freehold, then something is safe for you. That's how I look at numbers. For me, I want to make money, but I scared to lose money. I want to tell everyone, I'm the same as many people. I'm also not daring enough one. So that's the reason why I choose to buy things that is safe to enter. I want to tell everybody wants to make money, but let's all be very safe, right? That's why I feel that it's important to learn how to determine the safe entry, right? Same bet. So the question is, will developer cut price today with the uncertainties? Let me show you. First, all of you must understand one thing. How developer does their pricing. Because if you don't understand developer pricing, how they price their property, then you will expect them to drop their price. If you understand their way of pricing property, you will know how to buy property. That is important. Why do I say so? Look at this development, Amo Residence. Their average selling price was 2001. But is it logical? Why they need to sell 2001? Why they cannot sell lower? Because their break even is what? Is 1,008 per square foot. Their break even is at 1,008. Means that they need to sell an average of what? 2004. So the question is, did they manage to sell 2004? Yes, they sold. Why? You know, for developer, all developer borrow money from the bank, right, to develop. So they definitely have to sell above a certain price range, average price. That's why you can see in the newspaper, right? They always say that this development on average sell how much price. In fact, they have a KPI to fulfill to the bank. If this development cannot sell at average price of 2001, maybe for example, the bank will not grant them any amount of loan. Why? Because they want to be, the bank also need to have security. If the development sell lower than what is the price that has been done, the bank will not grant them loan because their risk is high. So when the developer wants to buy a land, they need to talk to the banks. Hey, okay, if I buy this property, but yes, you must make sure that you sell at average price of this, then I can grant you the loan. So that is why you can see that developer eventually sold what price? 1,008, 1,009 per square foot, eventually sold what? $2,000 per square foot. This is the way. This is how it works. That's why today, even if you ask me, oh, Kelvin, if I buy those existing new launches market, if the property price has gone up maybe a couple of, maybe $100 per square foot or $200 per square foot, is it still safe? I would say that most important is not how much it has gone up. How much is the absolute per square foot now is going? If the per square foot today is very close to what? OCR, RCR, CCR. If I know what I'm buying at this price, and if I'm buying freehold, and I know what is done here, then I know whether it's safer. That is how I will look at the pricing, whether is it safe or not safe in terms of that. And why is it developer will not drop price? Very simple. These are all the property that's going to launch next year already. Now you see, for example, this Tiam Siu, 2005 plus per square foot. This is the future selling price they are selling minimum. That means this guy will sell at 27, 28 per square foot eventually, because their land cost is this price. For all the developments, for all Singapore developers, when they bought the land, they will factor the construction cost, marketing cost, everything factor in. There's a break-even price. After the break-even price, normally they will charge a premium of 10% because they want to make profit. But there will be some average out 1,009, 2,000, 2001. That is how the developer make an average in terms of profit. That's how it works. So if you ask me why they cannot sell you cheap, why developer won't reduce price? Because very simple. If I know what RCR is going to sell, then why should I lower down my price? If today, right, I know that the future RCR next year, 2023, is going to sell at 27 per square foot, 2006 per square foot, 2005 per square foot, 2008 per square foot. If today I own a CCR selling for 2008 plus per square foot, why do I need to sell cheap? I know what is happening here. You look at this, Pine Grove. This is 99 years. Their expected selling price is more than $2,400 per square foot for 99. So if today you own a freehold property at 2006, 2007, 2008 per square foot in a core central region, where the land is the smallest place, more expensive and exclusive, very exclusive area, is it a safe bet? Is it a safe entry? That's for you to see, right? I can only pull out information for you to see. What I want my clients out there, consumer out there to understand is that, right, how do you look at a safe entry in terms of facts? And I don't like buying property based on emotion. I only look at factual information, right, to make a better decision when it comes to property. That's the reason why I prepare all this information, right, is for you to see. So what is the market direction for core central region? I just now show you this. Eventually, all this unit will it be sold away. Eventually, I can tell you history, all development will be sold out. It's only time. So when they sell out, what will happen next? That is the key, right? As I mentioned, next 3 years, this is estimated, but I find next year will be even faster they sell. Why? Because when all the RCR start to launch, new launches for the RCR start to set a new benchmark price, this CCR will now seems to be very cheap already. But can you still buy next year? I do not know. Because why? Those that is cheaper one will eventually sold. Because now the price point between RCR, right, is already very closer to a freehold in CCR price now. Very close. So most buyer will choose, if today I can buy a freehold at a lower price tag, why I don't buy compared to an RCR? So most people will start to what? Hop into a CCR wagon. So eventually, Developer are like that one. When you sell more and more and lesser unit available, their prices will go higher. So definitely next year, what will happen? The market will start to move again. Why? You look at this. The M block, you look at recently, if you read newspaper, right, all the CCR M block is not successful. Why? Why are the M block not successful? So those people want to buy CCR property M block, oh, now not so easy. Because why? Because they have existing stock in the market that can last until next 3 years. Why, as a developer myself, want to sunk myself into this M block now, which is a stressful thing because there is still more supply in the market for CCR. Why do I want to buy M block now? But when the stock start to dwindle next 2 years, dwindle downward, then they will come in and buy what? Here. Why? Because core central region, you can only buy M block generally because there's not many government land sales in the CCR area. So the future of core central region will start with a new M block price. I did a calculation based on the recent number of condos that is core central region that is not successful in the M block, and I tell you the numbers. For Elizabeth Tower, right, their reserve price is this. Their break even in the selling price is 3,700. That means as a developer myself, if I buy Elizabeth Tower based on the owner asking price, I paid, my break even is $3,700 per square foot. That means the future of CCR will be at this kind of benchmark price. So as a developer myself, why would I want to buy now? I wait first because it will be stressful for me to buy now because who will buy from me? Because there's existing stock. But what am I trying to tell you? One day, this CCR stock will be gone. So when they gone, developer must buy land again. So where would they buy? They will buy from here. So the future will be this kind of prices. This is called break even. Break even. This is not talking about making profit yet. It's just talking about break even. This is the price. So today, if you can look for core central region at 2,728 per square foot or even 2,900 per square foot or whatever, if you can get anything 2,000 plus per square foot, I can tell you, you are safe. 3 years down the road, you will start to see that your property is very safe because all these things will set a new benchmark price in the future. Just like our OCR now at $2,100 per square foot. Just like now our RCR setting a benchmark at $2,500 per square foot. The core central region has not started yet. This is the what that they are going to start now already, which is not now, 2 years. But can you wait for 2 years, then you start to come in? I tell you, too late. Because all the cheap one gone already. You know how to buy cheap, people also know how to buy cheap. That's the true fact, right? I can only tell you, I'm very clear one because developer won't buy now one. That's why all the M block in core central region, you can forget about it one now, unless you are way down the price. Again, why I say that the core central region, all these owners won't sell you cheap after that. They will still not sell you cheap one. Why? Because I know that the RCR is going to sell at what price? 2005, 2006. And the CCR in the existing market resale already hit 3,000. As an owner yourself, if today you stay in the M block price of this Orchard area, how many of you want to sell cheap? If you know that what RCR is going to go through, what CCR is now selling in the current market, 3 years down the road, do you think you will sell cheap? You won't. I only worry one thing, the RCR, the next year, they sold at 2,700 per square foot. They will sell at $3,000 per square foot for RCR. Then all these owners here who knows that RCR sell at 3,000, why would they want to sell cheap? That is a non-fact because human being is very simple. Look at numbers only. That's the reason why I'm very sure that this current cycle, core central region, right, has a very what great opportunity for many people out there. And that's the true fact that you can see, right? Oh, sorry, because the number, you can see that the foreigner pies, PR, right, are all increasing already. Why? And the real buyers, foreigners, has not come in yet. Because when they come in, I tell you, it will start to move forward. A lot of people say, Kelvin, all these foreigners, why would they come in? They got to pay ABSD. I can tell you, my friend, 3 years ago, if they are Malaysian, they come in and buy a property, their ringgit is only 2.88. They bought a property here, today it's worth $3.20. Their ringgit dollars now is 320. They already make how much? If it's based on it's just based on normal $3 million and versus $2 million, they already make a difference of $400,000 in terms of currency. And not forgetting their rental return, not forgetting their capital appreciation. Just foreigner, why they put money here? You think they don't have brain? Actually, no. They put money here because our Singapore government currency is very strong. They make currency return, they make capital return, they make rental return. I would say that all these people make everything. Singaporean only make two things: rental return, capital appreciation. They make currency return. Even China last year was renminbi. China last year was only 3.78. 3.78. Today is 3.98. Last time, $1 million, $1 million Sing dollar, they used 3.78 million renminbi to buy 1 million Sing. Today, they need 3.98 million renminbi to buy $1 million. So those who bought last year, they already make $200,000 profit just based on what? Currency exchange. So can you imagine next year when the market move, what will happen with it? Oh, sorry, 4.78. Sorry, right wrongly, 4.78. Can you imagine the differences? That is how scary it is. So why people will put money here? Because it's a safe bet. That's why it's so. That's why you can see why the Chinese people are buying Canning Hill 20 units. Because Singapore is really as a very safe haven, right? Especially this COVID has positioned Singapore as a very what? Very safe country. Government support, businesses are coming in to set up. I'm very confident that next year when China open the door, more people come here, they buy property here, prices will move, especially core central region. Because all these people also wants to look at core central region because they have the money. So as a people who are here, if you have an opportunity, and this is something that you should want, take a look at this. Core central region, spot undervalued property, spot, go and spot, right? So that you can find what? Good deals out of it later on. And the foreigners, why would they come in? Because Singapore is what? It's one of the lowest compared to the rest of the country in terms of price there. Today still This is not done by me, done by UOB, right? It's one of the lowest compared to others there. So can you imagine why foreigners will come? That is the main thing. So if you have this opportunity, take a look, right? So just a bit about myself for those people who doesn't know me. I'm now the ED of the company, running up 20 years in the business. I also lead 12,000 over agents, going to be 12,000 agents. Of course, I'm also an investor myself. I'm someone who focus a lot in properties. For me, I always focus on what? Property is not just about investment. Property is always about a forced saving. For those people who are buying to speculate, please don't buy now because you are at risk. For me, buying property is always for long term. If I cannot, I hold. If I can, I sell. But don't speculate. If not, you feel very stressful. That's why last year, nobody talked about what? Last year, when everything is so smooth, nobody bothered about interest rate one. Today, when interest rate goes up, people start to bother. Why? But to me, interest rate now at 3%, isn't it better than anything else? Why? People will say, Kelvin. No, because why? you know what is your risk at the end of the day. Risk. You know your risk. So when interest rate fall, what will happen? You say, wow, I save a lot of money. But compared to me, when I buy my properties, it's at 0.5%. Now 2.6%, who will be more stressed? Me. When everybody buy property that time, when you feel safe, actually it's unsafe one. But when you are at the unsafe situation to look at properties, because you calculate very detailed, you are actually at the safer side. Because most of us tend to look at things in a very positive way. But today is the best time for us to see things in a negative way. But it makes us be more careful. It makes us do more sum. But when market is good, nobody bother one. That is the main thing. So I personally is someone who work out my numbers very clearly. I never speculate. That's why today I myself, just to let everybody, I also start from HDB. Of course, from HDB, I slowly learn, and I was given the opportunity to be in the real estate. I learned from a lot of gurus, investors out there. I learned how they make money through properties. So exactly, I follow what they are thinking. I follow how the rich think. I follow how they invest in property. That's why I always keep myself invested in property. I never stopped investing since I started to invest in 2004 until today. I've never stopped investing. My last property that I bought was last year, December. Until today, of course, am I still looking for? Yes, if I can see, I don't mind to look into it, right? Yeah. So this is some of my existing property that is still generating rental return for me. I don't need to sell. These are some of my property I have, right? These are some of them. No, my purpose of sharing with you guys here, not because I want to boast how much I have. No, it's because I want to show you I started from a HDB market and how today I've grown my assets. It's not by anyhow one. It's because I see a lot of factors one. I look at timing one. I look at prices one. I look at safe bet one. Not safe, I don't buy one. And that's how I look at it, right? Even today, I own this property I bought under my daughter's name. Today, it's giving me a $9,000 rental every month. 1 year, I'm getting 100,000 a month, a year, just to collect rental. So isn't it something that is worthwhile? That's why I'm saying property is really a forced saving. Tell yourself, don't speculate, right? That's why when I buy my multi-model, it was 2,000. Today, you look at the price, 2,700, 2,600. Why lose my money? That's why I prefer to buy new launches today. Because why? Because we all start at the same point. Today, the problem in resale market here is that you are at the peak of the peak. Today, if you don't, you can ask your agents to show you the resale market today is at the peak of the peak. So if today you have an opportunity to buy something that is ready for stay, you can still buy something that is freehold at a price that is right. You still can collect rental now. You can still get a good per square foot. You can get the freehold property in Core Central region. Why not? Right? Of course, for me, this property is 99, right? Why I buy? Because of price tag. 99 of freehold, I will still buy. But today, there is a window for what? Freehold. So open your eyes to see something for yourself, right? So I'm also featured in the Straits Times article talking about how I actually teach people about investment properties, how to actually grow their assets. This is how I do. In fact, I have another 2 days workshop that is happening on 29th and 30th of October. This is my batch two, right? If you're interested to join me 2 days workshop, I'm going to teach you how to build capital through assets using the system that I have in place so that you can grow your wealth through this asset planning. 2 days workshop, check out with your agents. They will explain to you how it works. Of course, today, how do I determine whether a property is worth to buy? Based on 3 factors: timing, financing, strategies. And today, I want to touch on is timing, right? Of course, is it the right timing today? A lot of people say no. Because why? High interest rate environment, which I totally accept and I agreed. But you must understand the reason of interest rate and how it works. If you understand the whole thing about interest rate cycle, you will know how to buy property already. Trust me, listen to what I'm going to share with you here. You will be able to do this correctly. So the question is, interest rates are increasing. Should we actually buy when interest rate is low or high? Most people will tell you, Kelvin, what will happen? Let me show you this. Let me show you. today people will go and open the bank. When interest rate now is high, people all go to the bank to put money. What happened? When interest rates start to fall to 0%, that time people will go to the bank to take out what? Take money out and buy property. It's normal. It's normal, right? That's why you see banks see surge in saving account. Why? Because everybody want to put money now, save 2.5%, 2.6% to lure you in, right? But what happened when interest rate fall? Hey, chiong property. This is the cycle. Everything goes up, must come down. Remember, everything goes up, must come down. So the question is, why thing goes up, must come down? First, you must understand one thing. Why is Fed increasing interest rate? Look at yesterday when they announced another 0.75. In fact, I hope that they can quickly go into recession. But the reason why interest rate increased so sharp, there's a reason. When the interest increased so sharp because the inflation is very sharp. So in order to stop people from buying is to increase the interest rate. And has they been successful in stopping that? Yes, they have stopped you guys from buying property. That's very true, right? Because the interest rate goes up. But once the inflation goes downwards, what will happen? This is exactly, this is a high inflation, right? That's why now inflation is at the peak. So in order to stop you from buying things is to increase interest rate. When the interest rate increase, people say, oh, better don't buy already, better put money in the bank. That's why you look at the transaction volume got drop or not? Drop, right? You see people stop spending. Even people telling me, Kelvin, now second-hand resale watches are already dropping in prices. Why? Because people stop buying. That's the norm, right? Is it successful in their policy maker? They are successful. So if you understand one thing, in the real estate cycle now, this is inflation high, right? Interest rate will go high. But when this thing drop, what will happen? When the interest rate drop, what will happen? People will start to what? Buy. But when people start to buy, what will happen? This is the property price. You see, people when the interest rate, what will happen? Slowly the price will go higher. Now you see, this is the time 2018. If people who knows one thing, 2018, right? Interest rate was high at 2.88%, almost to 3%. But anybody who buy at that point of time, right? Today they already sell with a profit. Interest rate is not forever go up one. Why? Because interest rate cannot go up forever. Because every business in Singapore, in anywhere, they borrow money from the banks to run business. When the interest rate go too high, what will happen next? A lot of business will not survive. And crisis will come, recession will come. That is the reason why to prevent recession, what? Is to stop you from spending first. But if you still, inflation still go higher, the only way to keep pushing interest rate until everything start to fall. So when inflation fall, next thing will what? Interest rate fall. Why? Interest rate fall to let the whole cycle start to run. That's why you see when interest rate fall, what happened? Everybody start to say, hey, come on, buy property already. Because why? Putting money in the bank is waste time. So everybody start to what? That's why last year volume of transaction went up. Everybody start to buy property, right? Because why? Because people feel it's what? It's safe to buy, right? It's the best time. But do you realize that last 3 years, those who bought here, today all exited? No. And they make good profit. But if you look at 2018, a lot of people did not buy property because of high interest. But those who bought, what happened? Today they already start to sell. I show you Park Colonial. Those who bought in 2018, that was interest rate higher. You Google, you'll find the answer one. 500,000. Right? They bought new launches. Look at Whistler again, 2019, 400,000. If you focus on interest rate, these people will not make $500,000. These people will not make $300,000 because that's the reason why, you see, new launches has this advantage. They can buy what? Progressive payment. And you can make profit out of it. Isn't it something that is good for all of you here? That's why is it so important to know this? Because why? Every crisis, there is always an what? Opportunity for many people. If you understand interest rate, what goes up will come down. And next year, for sure, interest rate has to fall. And if you really talk to bankers, they will tell you next year interest rate will fall. That's why I say, if you are speculating, please don't buy. But I can tell you, you already know that interest rate eventually will fall because why? Inflation is a sharp one. This time round is totally different. Normally, interest rate is gradual. But this time round, the interest rate is this way. It's because of high inflation. But that is also something good. I mean, it goes up high, it will come down fast. So when interest rates start to fall, what will happen? Again, people will start to buy again. So do you want to buy when everybody start buying? Or do you want to buy when people are not buying? That is what Warren Buffett always said, right? So for me, it's the same. I like to buy when people did not buy because I look at opportunity out there in the market. That's why, is there opportunity? Definitely, yes.